Well guys, it is a random Tuesday. We are barely a week into the Nintendo Switch 2 generation, and Nintendo is already showing us how wacky and unpredictable they are. Already, we can never predict a single thing they're going to do, because I still believe there is going to be a Nintendo Direct this month, and yet here we are talking about the brand new Splatoon spinoff, Splatoon Raiders, for the Nintendo Switch 2. Wow, Nintendo just decided we're going to drop it on a random Tuesday. We're going to decide this is the day that you will find out about this new game and that you will be excited for it on the Nintendo Switch 2. And not only that, they have updated Splatoon 3, and that will be coming very soon as well. Just a few days from now, Splatoon 3 will be getting a Switch 2 update. It will be running a lot better, a lot smoother, and we will get a bunch of new content, including new weapons, and a returning stage from the very first Splatoon 1 game, Urchin Underpass. And wow, it's Splatoon's 10th anniversary, and I talked a little bit about that in a video before, because on Splatoon's 10th anniversary, they announced a completely different thing, and now it's 10 years of Splatoon, and they're announcing a spin-off, and it's just crazy. It is absolute insanity for this series, and for Nintendo to just randomly drop. So let's talk a little bit more about Splatoon Raiders. What do we know about it? What do we not know about it? We only know a few things. This is a minute and 20-second segment of this trailer dedicated to Splatoon Raiders. We have no release date. We do not know when this thing is coming. If I had to guess, I would say Splatoon Raiders is coming either next year or in the holiday time frame for this year, and Nintendo Direct in either a June or September Direct will give us more information on when and more details about what this mode actually is, what this game actually is, because we truly do not know. They showed us zero gameplay whatsoever in this. They showed us nothing. They just showed us deep cut. They are on an airplane. Something is flying them around, someone's flying them around, and they are looking for an island that they found from this map in their basement, and they are getting closer to this area, and they see a shining spot, and it lights up the sky, lights up, and then causes some sort of whirlpool, and causes them to crash. So they crash on this island, and apparently they decide to take home on this island, and then somehow our player comes in, and this robot sidekick is there, and we don't know hardly anything else about why we're there, what we're doing, what's going on, or anything. However, we can tell a little bit about what's going on based on the details of this trailer. For example, the Inkling that we play as has a little fan on the back of their inkjet pack, or whatever you would call that ink tank, and in the games, when you were able to see a fan and you were to hit it with your ink, that would mean it would end up moving some sort of block. So the fan played a big part in either one, moving blocks, or two, you could use it to like spray ink everywhere. So I am wondering if this is like supercharging your ink or is a way to push it out faster. And I don't know why that would be the case or what you need the sidekick robot for, but it is going to be similar mechanics to the actual Splatoon game, just in a different setting with different objectives. And if I had to guess, I would think that the main goal is helping deep cut these three people from Splatoon 3, from wherever they crash landed to, getting them to the big spot in the middle of the map and figuring out what's going on there, getting whatever they need, or figuring out the mystery, or doing something. But the objective is always going to be looming over us. It's going to be that big pillar of light coming out, and we're going to have to do something with that. Now, there's a little part in which it feels like on the octopus tentacle, it was like expanding, and I don't know if that was an eyeball, but what it felt like to me was those little suction cups on the tentacle. It looked like it was expanding. So I think there's going to be some sort of giant octopus as our main enemy here, and I don't know if that is the case or not, but it seems that way from this footage here. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense that Nintendo would want to expand the Splatoon IP. Within my Nintendo predictions for this year, I had said that they would end up doing some sort of Splatoon show for this year because they have a Nintendo Pictures studio in which they are working on different things, and I figured it was the 10th anniversary, Splatoon needs some new content, it's a new generation, let's garner some hype, and maybe they will still do that, but now I am starting to think they probably will just do this spin-off game and deal with this update. Now, that is pretty much all there is to say about Splatoon Raiders. They gave us a lot of footage without giving us a lot of explanation, and I do think that we will probably see more in either the June Direct or September Direct for either late this year or early next year to help support that schedule, get things going a little bit more. I would almost put my money on it being a 2026 thing, but who knows? Maybe because this is the 10th anniversary, they will want to push this out earlier. Now, moving on to Splatoon 3. This is odd because I thought that about 10 months ago they had that last update in which they did one final big Splatfest. They had a big celebration of everything Splatoon, everything all together, everyone together. It was awesome. People really loved it. And yet, here we are with a brand new update. Now, I know it's a new generation. It's the Switch 2, and they want people to be thinking about these games. They want to update these games. But I just couldn't be more shocked that they're adding content and adding weapons and adding more stuff to this game, because I would have thought that they would rather push out Splatoon 4 within a year or two. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe this is them telling us they would rather have Splatoon 3 be the game for a while, and they keep updating that. Because at this point, the floodgates are open. Like, they can continue to update this game, and this would be the game that people buy for years to come. But what I think is even weirder is that this isn't a Switch 2 edition. It's not even some sort of big Switch 2 edition in which you get a physical release. It is simply an update, like a Mario Odyssey or ARMS update. And obviously the other updates that we got that were similar to this, that are comparable to this, are Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, or Kirby Air Riders, or Mario Jamboree. All of those got visual updates and content updates, and you could pay for the upgrade packs. But in this case, this is, again, a weird in-between line in which we have never seen before with the precedent they have set thus far. We don't know if this means moving forward we can get updates without having to pay for it, like this game pretty much is, or if that only fits because this is a multiplayer game and it's the 10th anniversary for this series. So they just wanted to support that and give people a reason to buy it for this console. Because it's the Switch 2 generation, right? It's a new crowd, it's new people. A lot of people are going to come over from the Nintendo Switch, yes. But it's also a bunch of new people as well. There are going to be new player bases that have never played these games before, and this is a reason to get you hyped up to buy the old game, knowing you're going to get a free update. And yet, that makes it even weirder, because if you're not going to put out a Switch 2 edition for it, then what in the world are you doing? Why would you free update this game for people on the old console and update it for the graphics of this console, and yet not even give us a reason to buy it or market it in any sort of way to where the vast majority of people are going to understand what actually has just happened? Because with this trailer alone, it's not even called like Splatoon Raiders reveal or Splatoon 3 update. The trailer is called Research Report from Squid Research Lab, which means a lot of people probably aren't going to click on this video unless it just gets shared around. But the title is so vague to where I don't even think people in the Nintendo community will really care too much about clicking on it at first. And for it to be a brand new Splatoon spinoff and I be within the very first hour of this actual video's release, I am really shocked to tell you that this game, this new trailer, only has 82,000 views within 50 minutes, and I guarantee you if this was a brand new Mario game or a brand new Splatoon game in which they marketed a little bit more clearly, it would be in the hundreds of thousands of views already. So this is odd. This is very, very odd for Nintendo to do, and I am very curious to see what their plans are moving forward for Splatoon, because this series needs a new game at some point on the Switch 2. It can't continue to lean on Splatoon 3, and I really thought with that final Splatfest about 10 months ago or so, they were really saying, this is it, we're cutting it off right here, right now. And yet, this feels like, okay, it's obvious, right? You're doing a Splatoon spin-off, and you're going to give it an update for the new console, and it's also the anniversary of the series, so go ahead, give us a big blowout. But that's not even how they marketed it to us. They didn't say anything about the anniversary, they didn't say anything about what their plans were moving forward, when Splatoon Raiders will be coming out. They just said all of these things, and that was it. They told us the information that they had planned for us, and we have no explanation as to why, so we're kind of left putting the pieces together here, aren't we? Splatoon 3 is a great game, and I will honestly be excited to dive back into it with the Switch 2, with these graphical updates and with the new content updates to begin with, but I was kind of finished with the game. I kind of reach a point with any new multiplayer game in which if I don't play it forever, I'm going to pretty much drop it at some point, and I just reached that point with Splatoon 3, and this is not the type of update that is going to bring me back into the game, into this series. Although I love Splatoon, Splatoon 4 will absolutely get me hooked, absolutely get me addicted, but I just can't see myself really diving back into Splatoon 3 right now, and I don't think this update's going to do much for people who feel the same as me. Now, obviously, for the competitive scene, for the people who play this every day, this is a great update, and it's a great reason to buy a Switch 2 if you want to get Splatoon Raiders, if you love this series, if you want to play this on a better console, if you want to play it and have it run better and feel better. Because I am going to make a video about this at some point, but the online of this console is so much better than it was on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, I have had zero hiccups whatsoever with Mario Kart World, and I have no reason to believe that Splatoon 3 cannot do the exact same. Zero lag in a Splatoon game. Wow. I am absolutely frothing at the mouth at that. And so Splatoon 3 on this console now with a brand new visual update, brand new content, and now a spin-off game. Splatoon is hitting the Switch 2, and it is hitting it I wouldn't even say hard, but semi-hard, right? It's making a push, and I think that's important for Nintendo to diversify the lineup for this year and the first couple of years. But it is odd, isn't it? It is so very odd for Nintendo to do this on this day before a potential direct coming within the week or two, and yet they did it, and yet here we are. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you for tuning in to this video for this news update. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Click that notification bell if you want to know exactly when videos like this release to get the earliest access to all the news. And make sure you join my membership program if you want to get early access to my videos and support the channel at large and me as a content creator. Thank you so much for watching to the very end. You make sure you have a phenomenal day. This has been Ray's Nintendo Talk. I have been Ray, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day.